2,000 years ago, at the crossroads of 3 continents, stood a city unlike any other. Jerusalem, a place of power, faith, and empire. Jerusalem's walls stretched for nearly 5 kilometers, built from massive white limestone blocks, some weighing over 500 tons. Merchants, pilgrims, and Roman soldiers poured through its famous gates daily, arriving from Egypt, Rome, and the far reaches of the empire. The upper city was where Jerusalem's elite lived, grand mansions with mosaic floors, private bathhouses, and sweeping views of the temple. Herod the Great had constructed a palace so vast and opulent, Roman historians described it as surpassing even the palaces of Rome itself. But dominating the entire city, visible for miles in every direction, was the structure that defined Jerusalem itself, the Second Temple. Every year during Passover, up to 1 million pilgrims descended on Jerusalem from across the known world, tripling the city's population overnight. Through the Eastern Gate, pilgrims climbed the great staircase to the Temple Mount, each step bringing them closer to the presence of God. The Temple Mount's outer court, the court of the Gentiles, was a roaring marketplace, filled with money changers, dove sellers, and foreign visitors. Beyond the outer walls lay the sacred inner courts, restricted to Jewish worshippers. Warning inscriptions threatened death to any foreigner who entered. The temple's facade was covered in white marble and pure gold. Ancient sources say it blazed so brilliantly in the sun, it was painful to look at directly. Inside, priests performed elaborate rituals around the clock, burning incense, offering sacrifices, and maintaining the eternal flame of the menorah. Below the temple, in the lower city, the streets pulsed with daily life. Spice merchants, weavers, and fishmongers filled the narrow limestone lanes. But Jerusalem was not free. Roman legionaries patrolled its streets in full armor, a constant reminder that Judea was a province of the empire. The Romans had built the Antonia fortress directly adjacent to the temple, allowing them to monitor the entire Temple Mount and suppress any uprising instantly. The Roman prefect Pontius Pilate governed from Jerusalem's praetorium, the seat of Roman judicial power in Judea during the most consequential decade in history. On the southern edge of the city lay the Pool of Siloam, a massive public water reservoir where tens of thousands of pilgrims performed ritual purification. Across the Kidron Valley rose the Mount of Olives, a sacred hillside covered in ancient olive trees and burial tombs, with a breathtaking view of the entire city. At the foot of that hill lay Gethsemane, a quiet olive garden whose ancient trees still stand today, witnesses to one of history's most pivotal nights. The Via Dolorosa, the Road of Sorrows, cut through the heart of the city. Today it remains one of the most walked paths in all of human history. In the ordinary streets, ordinary life went on. Carpenters, potters, and scribes built the fabric of a city that was simultaneously ancient and modern. The main roads of Jerusalem carried Roman military traffic, chariots, supply wagons, and cavalry, the infrastructure of an empire that controlled the known world. Inside limestone homes carved into the hillside, families shared evening meals by oil lamp, reciting prayers, telling stories of Moses, and hoping for a Messiah. Just outside the city's northern walls stood a rocky outcrop shaped like a skull, called Golgotha. In the 1st century, it was Rome's execution ground. As the sun dipped below the western hills each evening, the temple's golden roof caught the last light, turning the entire city into a monument of burning gold. After dark, Jerusalem transformed. Torches lined the temple colonnades, and the glow of thousands of oil lamps made the city shimmer like a constellation on the hilltop. But this golden age would not last. In 66 AD, the Jewish people rose up against Rome. The empire responded with overwhelming and merciless force. The Roman general Titus laid siege to Jerusalem in 70 AD. For 5 months, 1 million people were trapped inside as famine and disease ravaged the city. When the walls finally broke, Roman soldiers stormed the Temple Mount. The Second Temple, the center of the Jewish world, was set ablaze and burned to the ground. Jerusalem was rebuilt, destroyed again, and rebuilt again. But in the first century, for one extraordinary moment, it was the center of the world, and it changed everything forever.